Crews have broken ground on a long-awaited project to widen Broadway Boulevard in Tucson. Expanding the so-called Sunshine Mile between Euclid and Country Club actually covers more than 2 miles of roadway at a cost of $72 million. It will take 20 months to complete. As for what to expect until then, I got behind the wheel for a tour with City of Tucson officials, including Greg Orsini, engineering project manager for the Department of Transportation.
We had to take down these two large overhead sign structures that span the entire roadway, and for safety reasons we closed down Broadway on Sunday for about 8 hours, took those sign structures down, and then actually did a traffic switch to get the traffic from Euclid to Fremont on the south side of the road, so that next Monday the contractor can start with the storm drain installation. And part of the reason you see pavement in such distress is due to water. So on this project, we have a very large storm drain system going in across the whole 2 miles. It's as large as 96 inches, a round diameter pipe. That's an 8-foot pipe in diameter. And so that's a very intense construction activity. That facility goes down about 20 feet below the ground, and the trench open up to put that in place is very wide, and we need that very secure for the safety of everyone who would be in the area. And so that effort is a very long process and is very much a reason why a 2-mile project like this will take 20 months.
Now this sort of detour here where we just got into, it's not ideal. Any challenges when you do erect those sorts of barricades to try and slow down traffic?
There are challenges. For instance, the little merge area we just went through, we had to relocate the Suntran bus stop a little bit down further past Euclid so that their users could safely enter the bus area and so that the bus can pull into an area to have safe refuge.
As we near downtown, Orsini briefed us on how long it's taken the city to get to this point.
It's my understanding Broadway Euclid to Country Club has been a project planned since the mid-'80s, probably since right around the time I was born. And it went through a long planning phase.
An idea decades in the making, it was put on hold, then moved again in 2006 when the Regional Transportation Authority approved a half-cent sales tax. Then began years of discussion to include a planning phase, citizen advisory committees, public input, and design involving multiple components.
We had a lot of right-of-way acquisition, had to purchase property in order to fit in our project improvements. And then now finally we're here at what we might call the project delivery phase, getting it constructed and providing this benefit to the public.
Tell us about acquiring some of these properties, to make all this possible.
Sure. So Broadway from Euclid to Country Club was originally planned to be an 8-lane facility with dedicated transit lanes on the outside. The mayor and council of Tucson did not find that palatable, and so we ended up going with a refined alignment where we have a 6-lane facility, no dedicated transit lanes, and that very much minimized the amount of right-of-way compared to an 8-lane facility that we had to acquire. But going through that acquisition process, there's appraisals, fair market value is what's provided to the property owners, and it all kind of goes back to eminent domain as we build these improvements for the public.
Another unique piece involves saving historic structures. The Rio Nuevo district lifted these houses in hopes they can be repurposed. Other efforts extend beyond these parcels.
Since the project goes through all these years of planning and design, the RTA was very smart in having a specific business assistance program. It's called the Main Street Business Assistance. And basically businesses along the corridor can get consultation services regarding how to keep their business up and promote themselves during the construction. And those are provided free of no charge to them.
So we get to Broadway and Keno, and it looks like it's over, but stay tuned because there's another project coming in this phase, right?
Correct. The project is 2 miles. We have most of our efforts right now on the west mile between Euclid and Campbell/Keno. but there's plenty of work to be done on the East Mile. It's the same roadway improvement where we're widening the 6-lane facility. Coming up in the near future, we'll start water work, underground water work on the East Mile, and so we will see some more traffic impacts there.
So for people who wonder, in Arizona you have 330 days of sunshine, we don't have natural disasters the way some other places do. Why can't a project like this be completed sooner than 20 months?
The way you would get a project like this completed earlier is by having multiple work shifts through the day. And because we have so many businesses and residences abutting to Broadway, we don't want to do a 24-hour type operation and disrupt their whole lives. It may be we'd finish months sooner, but we believe doing the work in a general 8 to 10 hour workday is kind of a better balance in terms of the disruption to the public.
As our tour comes to an end, Orsini makes one last effort to remind drivers that he and the city understand this is not easy, but it is necessary.
I've worked on these big roadway design projects for many years now, and what I find is during the planning and design process, folks are very vocal at that time, and they have a lot of input, and sometimes some folks are against the project. But basically, once our shovels hit the ground, they understand we're here, we're performing the construction, they're gonna get an improved roadway and all the features associated with it. And at that point, they have their pain during construction, but they accept that it's time to build our improvements and bring Tucson up a bit, improve our town.